Love, by far, is the most precious thing on earth, like a rose's fragrance or a child's birth. Love me and leave me, that's the story of my life. But see, that ain't gonna happen again, cause I got me a butcher's knife. Yeah, see, the next man that loves me and leaves me so quick, I'm gonna cut off his balls and I'm gonna chop off his points if you know where that's from. We have an article coming to us that really reiterates my complete and utter fear of marriage. Mom charged with killing two daughters, husband in Philadelphia home. And this is being brought to us by NBC Los Angeles, written by Dan Stam and David Chang. And this is a sad story. A woman accused of killing her two young daughters as well as her husband before shooting herself inside their northeast Philadelphia home is now charged with 3 counts of murder. Police officially charged 28-year-old Damyrra Jones with 3 counts of murder and related charges as she was being treated in the area Jefferson's Health's Torresdale Hospital Tuesday. Jesus. The woman allegedly shot her husband, 38-year-old Max Alcindor, as well as her 10-month-old daughter, Demaya, and her 4-year-old daughter, Maxella, inside their home on the 6300 block of Hedgerman Street in the city's Tacony neighborhood Monday night. Jones then turned the gun on herself, police said. Max Alcindor died at the scene, while the two girls were later pronounced dead at St. Christopher's Hospital for Children. Jones, who was found outside the home lying on top of a gun, remained hospitalized in critical condition. This is the young lady right here. And I can't say she's a 35 percenter. The woman, who neighbors say worked as a school bus driver, was held as a prisoner while receiving treatment, police said. She had just purchased the handgun used in the shooting on Monday, investigators said. So this was bing, bang, boom. There was no checks on her. I mean, well, there was none of the gun laws or none of the proposed gun laws clearly would have been able to stop this woman because this is she just went out and got the gun legally. That's actually kind of strange. Her sister, who asked not to be named, told NBC 10's Stephen Fisher that Jones, who used the Alcindor name, was married to Max Alcindor and he recently left her. Boy, when you want to upgrade. I'm sorry. I mean, not to be a jerk about it, but when you want to upgrade, that is a tough conversation to have, huh? Police responded to the house around 9:50 p.m. after a neighbor called 911 to report the sound of gunfire coming from the home. Police found what acting Philadelphia Police Commissioner Christine Coulter called a horrific scene. Officers were actually crying at the scenes, Coulter said, and I imagine they would, man. Officers who responded to the scene were in contact with internal police assistance programming. Coulter said the police had not previously been called to the home. So, I mean, so from what it sounds like, they were a family. Dad was like, yeah, I'm out. And Ma did not take that very lightly. And I know I opened the video with a joke about, from the movie. But I'm not giving up that reference. But and how else? That's the thing. If you don't laugh, you cry. You have one of two extreme reactions to something. So I'll always choose levity. She was a very happy little girl, always skipping, playing, and smiling, Manzella said of Maxella. Just a very beautiful little girl. It's unclear if Jones has an attorney who could comment on her behalf. This is a domestic violence help. And I'll put that number, I'll actually say it, 1-800-799-7233, well, 800-787-3224. And then there's suicide prevention hotline because she wanted to pop off and kill herself, which is 800-273-8255. Or you can text home to 741-1741. Oh, man, this is sad, but there's also... I mean, I'm not trying to make jokes. Like, this isn't a joke at all. But I mean, I can see it where she was like, yo, look, I was lucky to get married the first time. I mean, she was already a mother and everything else like that. And, she wanted to stay married. And apparently my man was like, yo, I got this new model right here. And he was going to go for it. I mean, that because more than likely that's what it is. Or maybe she was just rough to deal with. And, maybe like this may not have been her first time becoming violent within the confines of the relationship. And he just had enough and was ready to go, and was ready to be on his way. And this is a sad story. Let's press play on this.
As kids play on this Tacony neighborhood block, candles burn in front of this house where police say 28-year-old Damyrra shot and killed her own 10-month-old and 4-year-old daughters, her 38-year-old husband, before shooting herself in the head with a gun. But
I'm going to keep it a buck with you, though. She is like 100% chocolate, though. I mean, let's be real.
Shooting herself in the head with a gun she just purchased yesterday.
I heard the gunshots. It was like 3.
Anna Chalise Martinez lives right next door.
I was, hoping and praying nothing flew into my home. Whew. I don't even like thinking about it because my nerves get really bad. I'm heartbroken.
Officers rush.
Dang it. That's Anna Chalise, the neighbor. And yeah, now she's a 35%er. Easy.
I heard everything happen. And it's so scary.
Please.
Don't cry. like when it's a thing. It's a biological thing for us guys, man. Like, yo, you see a chick start to cry, you're like, what's wrong? How can I fix this? How can I stop this from happening? Sadly enough, there's nothing that can stop this from happening.
Police did everything they could to save the victims. This cell phone video shows officers rushing one of the kids out of the house to the hospital, but it was too late. Neighbors say the family kept to themselves, but the 4-year-old often played with the other neighborhood kids.
She played with my children, and yes, they were very respectful. Again, I knocked on the door one time. The mother signed a paper for a block party, and she was very nice.
Those are 35%er ankles. No, I'm joking. I'm. Come on, guys.
She was a very happy little girl, always skipping and playing, smiling, come up to you and say hi first. Just a very beautiful little girl.
Family members tell NBC 10 Damyrra's husband recently left her. Her sister says she knew she was upset, but never thought it would come to this. And
that's sad, man. That's ridiculously sad. And it's to get back to what I opened the video with, not the poem, but the marriage is one of those things. Like me, I have loved women. I've lived with women. Been in long-term relationships. So it's not that component that causes for pause. It's the fact that you just never really a person's true capacity and true capabilities aren't even really known to them in a lot of cases. But this was something that was clearly premeditated on the mother's behalf. Let me make sure I get her name correctly. Damyrra. On Damyrra's half, this was something that was clearly premeditated because she went and got the gun literally the day before. She knew what she was going to do, and it's sad that she just didn't stop for a second. And because that's the thing, I mean, she chocolatey enough. There's a dude that be out, there's tons of dudes that be willing to, oh yeah, let's go and get us a shot. But I mean, she had the one that she wanted, and he didn't want her anymore. And it's scary. And that's the thing, when you're dealing with someone, when you're creating life with someone else, it's just, yeah, it's impossible to know how they're gonna take things. I mean, you can have an inclination, but as far as thinking that, hey, yeah, this lady's going to take it all the way to slaying the entire family, man, that's a little bit beyond the pale now, isn't it? So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, yeah, go ahead, do that too. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and the like, yeah, they don't really mess with me like that. And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments, man? Like, this is sad as hell. Like, this was really like one of the more depressing stories like to bring forward. And it's when people look at movements like MGTOW or Red Pill and stuff like that, And you really start to take into account a lot of the psychological damage that has taken place throughout a lot of our histories, man. I'm not talking about mine. I'm talking about, like, just culturally and as a society. There's a lot of psychological damage out there. And this is a part of it. It really is. So let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next one.